Goodness. Should have known when I got to the law. Whatever you're doing is stop them.
Commander, if it's us, will you help? Think we keep her.
Awaiting. How may this...
Okay, great query and answer session, everyone. As your plain-speaking, relatable vicar, I'm always happy to fill your day with 2.5% more practical knowledge.
What happens next may surprise you, but not
Do
us.
I speak freely?
The following song has been determined to facilitate abstract thinking and constructive rumination.
Do you believe Arcadia shall ever return to how it was?
Since the schism, the Protectorate have rewritten this. Yeah.
Ah. We should find a way inside. There might be they should have been. I'd suspect the terminal at there might be. I've had a chance to look around. You seem like you've done a disputation of current or I believe my old department is repeatedly mentioned in a favor. Poor thing. Hard to say with just I saw that. Chow seemed worried they were conspiring about something. I don't know what happened to that old reason. There's no destroy. We need a way to keep. We developed tactics at the Department of Preemptive Causal Reader. Yes.
The grand plan is the
Can you believe I do recall the order warning about something like that happening, albeit somewhat indirectly.
Plan Wireless, the informed source of
Hey,
peer-reviewed
need some?
of scientism.
Sub Rose, what fine
Newell here to impart a message of significant value, conveyed to me by Alexandria Monastery's most trusted conjecturer, Seer Wiley. To all those tossed hither and thither by war's perilous fluctuations,
My knowledge or
security and shelter.
disease, explosion.
Do you believe Arcadia shall ever return to how it was?
This is Abbot Newell of Alexandria Monastery.
The order defecting?
How was that, Wiley? What? It's still recording? Oh, how do I stop the...
So ends this missive.
And now, additional data and/or music determined to facilitate cognition. And now, additional data and/or music determined to facilitate cognition. Next up, well, the seers among you already know.
Halt! Abide! Cease and don't know who you all are.
Ah, exemplar, if
I can't.
you were...
More or less.
Well, what a fortuitous alignment of low probability events this is. Our efforts here are based on your former department. You should confer with Anchoress Brunn straight away.
We actually sought to find you and others of your program, Intercessor Delgado. A serendipitous event. Assuming you'll vouchsafe for your colleagues, you may all proceed. You'll find Wilhelmina up the lift, 4th floor.
Welcome to Point of... Welcome to
Anchoress
Point
Brunn
of
is up
the...
the
Just
lift.
want you to know, your
4th
efforts
floor.
are seen and appreciated.
Anchoress Brunn is continuing Anais' research from Winter's Grass. I'm sure of it. Best play along for now, until we can ascertain the best course of action.
She's got the right of it. There's far too many guards for us to take on alone.
No.
I am politely
Nothing to see
asking
here.
you to
This experiment seems a mite controversial, dangerous, both in a physical and... Look, everyone! It's the endpoint. Come to join us.
I do have a unique interest in what you all are doing here.
Yeah.
I am a longtime vocal exponent of your work.
Quite unusual, ain't it? How the Order treats their most respected mathematicians like Auntie treats her internees.
Oh, who's this? Oh, yes, I remember you. We met earlier at the site of my former seclusion. I've heard much of your exploits since. If I recall correctly, you helped prove Anchoress Chow's argument that violence is sometimes necessary. I admit I have modified my stance toward that. I understand you allowed Seer Wiley to go free, yes? Once was it, and as for you, I've been informed that you're an impressive body of work. Though often...
Less so over time. There were too many pesky repercussions I came to find.
Yes, well, to what do we owe the pleasure? Are you familiar? Surely you're aware of the myriad errors of our current presiding bishop and previous regime. One of whom shut down the division that operated here, the other squandered it. Our sect aims to end human suffering, sooner than later. We've taken great inspiration from your former department, from their methods and their science. To solve the universal equation in our lifetime requires bold action, clever calculation, and assiduous work. Yes, we have Grace, that is Exemplar Southworth, to thank for that. Her visits to the anchor hold were quite thought-provoking, as was the research she showed me from Sia Boujot. Boujot's thinking was unconventional, ahead of her time. Why, in fact, she's here with us now today, overseeing an experiment that proves her researcher's theories.
Really? Sir Boujot is here, at present, in this facility? The one we're presently standing in?
Tut-tut, a mind like that is never out of practice. And the experiment she's overseeing, why, she's orchestrating it masterfully. The intent is to represent the building blocks of the universe within a test chamber, then extrapolate data.
Sounds like it could change everything, one might say.
Why, you should go see for yourself. Yes, she's monitoring the experiment. I'll have Elevate. We'll speak further after you check over Sia Boujot's work and the experiment concludes. Oh, so exciting.
How much longer do you predict preparations will take?
Almost. Head Intercessor Delgado.
What in the endless void are you?
Shh. Comms off, but others are near. I need your aid before this ridiculous affair careens into disaster. Can I rely on you this time? Or will you already intend on scurrying away again? I came to derail this line of inquiry in such a discommodious way that no one would ever consider trying it again. For all the aforementioned reasons of it likely causing, or at least queuing up and leading to, the end of all things. You chose to leave me behind, again. So when they came calling, I thought it an opportunity to sort it all myself. Yet, admittedly, at this moment, I could use your assistance.
This shouldn't be your burden. It's on me.
You don't get to decide that, or adjudicate, or coolly comment in a steely growl. Not falling for that a 10th time. Help or stay out of my way. The test involves 4 stations. Each represents one of the fundamental That test chamber is where all are meant to mix. To simulate a mini-universe I can apply my theories to, pull data from, and deduce the universal equation in a reduced time frame. We know what happens if that's successful, so I need you to muck with each station's settings, then initiate the experiment. All you need to do is adjust each station's settings slightly. Things will cascade from there. Remember, subtlety is required.
Yes, if we alter the experiment input data in a less than delicate fashion, Brun will notice, I assure you.
The guards on the 2nd floor won't appreciate visitors, so avoid getting spotted. It's only the fate of the galaxy riding on it, so perhaps try to be careful.
Or so doesn't seem to be living the ideal life depicted in their propaganda. In any case, for the sake of our shared history with the Protectorate, centuries united in...
I'm no tenured archivist, but that sounds dangerously unstable.
The
Oh well.
befuddled masses are convinced we rejected them in their hour of need, when plundersome corporatists raved at their gates. I would gently inform them that they, in fact, abandoned us in Golden Ridge, leaving us to fend against the corporatist tide and tend to Protectorate refugees left behind. Also, I would remind them that their consul, string puller of the Protectorate's puppet regime, attempted the arrest and execution of President Bazaar 3 years ago. To go around. Of course, we foresaw the consul's nefarious scheming
nearby.
Anxious about what's next? Just wait. Things to come have a way of constantly happening. The future is colliding with the present every moment.
And now a song from a composer predicted to have 3 well-liked melodies and become allergic to water this year.
Remember how I mentioned to be careful? Everything's ruined. There's no coming back. You all should go. I'll make my way out when no one sees me.
In any case, for the sake of our shared history with the Protectorate, centuries united in furtherance of scientism are
Something wrong back there? Hello?
befuddled masses are convinced we rejected them in their hour of need. Plundersome corporatists raved at their gates. I would gently inform them that they, in fact, abandoned us in Golden Ridge, leaving us to fend against the corporatist tide and tend to Protectorate refugees left behind. Also, I would remind them that their council, string puller of the puppet regime, attempted the arrest and execution of presiding Bishop Ruth Bassar 3 years ago. There's sufficient rancor to go around. Of course, we foresaw the consul's nefarious scheming, further vindication of the plan, and our predictive methodologies. You'd think the Protectorate would learn. All they have is their paradigm. 5-year-olds book report on science. Elementary math at best. Just hollow hokum, poorly conceived. I only hope someday our former colleagues realize their miscalculations. When that happens, we will reunite in thought and purpose to solve
Threat
the
detected.
equation.
What happens next may surprise you, but not us. The following song has been determined to facilitate abstract thinking and constructive rumination.
I'm no tenured architect.
Realize their miscalculations. When that happens, we will reunite in thought and purpose to solve the universal equation.
Keep put. Much is left to come.
Combatant observed.
Avid followers of our predictive playlists are already.
I'm no tenured archivist, but that sounds dangerously unstable.
Selection
Oh well.
of mathematical clues.
Path to ascendancy is non-literary. So it says in the good text. Hard to get in a good sleep cycle.
If you're done, void the oxygen. Did it work? Did it work? See, Bushel, was it a success?
Hold the applause just yet. I need to run the numbers. I'm sending the others back up to you. They can describe the proceedings in detail.
I shall await their
The results of the experiment.
Yes,
You'll need to convince her. Destroy her logic. All it...
you mean one of our old brain-off maneuvers? Really? That's what the rank and file...
Make Brun give...
A brain-off.
Oh,
That's
and here I thought you'd begun to change.
Success isn't guaranteed.
I would be willing and on hand to assist, and the other option would remain.
Seen folk wrestle with logic, but not box with logic. I'm ready for a show.
Thank you for listening.
Honestly, I'm relieved as well.
From the legend. If you're typical arc, but the ink, there is a. I'll need to.
For an extent,
I'll cut off her comms. And Marisol, do keep out of trouble.
There you are. You saw the experiment through to the end. Perhaps I oughtn't to have recloistered myself till after the sum is. Wait. Wait. Let's stop. Really? In what way? Everyone knows probabilistic variance doesn't occur. That's established bedrock. Not that I spend much time in the lab myself. And, well, with science, one is never truly certain. This was just a start. Such models typically make an enormous amount of errors at first. All quite. It simply needs to be revised and refined. You certainly seem to be Look, there may be some validity to some of your points, yes. But we'll improve. We will continue. Why, I'm shocked. I'm certainly glad Seer Bujold isn't present to hit. There is no call for that sort of meanness in the scientific field. Now, is that all? Because I think I've had enough of all this. Everything we've done here is built off Seer Bujold's research, which is quite brilliant. It sounds like you have some expertise in the field and have scrutinized her work. Ah, the experiment data just arrived in my terminal. Allow me to eyeball it a moment. There was some variance to the input data. Not far beyond acceptable parameters, but curious. Could explain the failure. Oh, come. One bad test wouldn't. This has been difficult.
If I may, there's a critical flaw in time flies like an arrow. I'm much through this, but the frame.
It lacks context. When you extrapolate the data from the mini-universe to the larger, this little colloquy has proven rather arduous and, I'll need to inform everyone. Shut down research and operations. What will I do now? There's no place for me.
Our work here is done, it seems. Agent, what do you need? May all...
Fellow scholars of the Order, this is Anchoress Byrne with an unfortunate announcement. Our experiment today was a failure. Our line of inquiry has proven intrinsically flawed. I became dazzled by bold, captivating ideas and ignored bad science. I am hereby canceling all related research, shuttering the program, and resigning from the Order. If I have any final advice to impart to all of you, it is this. Never follow your hearts.
I understand now why they say never meet your heroes, Intercessor Delgado. You've truly been an enormous disappointment. A key experiment fails and Anchoress Brun abandons vital research right after you and your consort arrive. And we are all to believe these events were unrelated?
That's circumstantial and more than a mite bit paranoid. I expect better.
Don't think I don't see your handprints all over this, Delgado. That might have worked on Anchor's Brun, but I've talked to more than 4 people in the last 10 years. I'm not buying it. The Anchoress, poor trusting soul that she was. You think I'm predisposed to assume their logic is sound and reasoning impeccable? Perhaps I do defer in part where such intellects are involved. Yet, the greater facts of this matter remain unevinced, and I remain unconvinced. Wait, you're serious? That's why you all are actually here. Your methodology is straight out of the Department of Preemptive Causal Redirection. That means our goals were contrary to the grand plan. Yes, we'll shut things down here. Go on, get going. I promise we'll all keep quiet. Fellow exemplars of the Order, stand down.
Yes, dear. Anything on your may off?
Oh, that was some good arguing.
That's
Reckon
it,
you'd give Auntie's litigation team a run for their bits.
Yes, well done, Commander. Anais will be pleased.
Whimsical computational jest 37A. Be like the minus operator. Make a difference today. This popular number has been conclusively proven to promote cognitive function.
Oh, look who it is. The legendary former head intercessor of the Order. Another mission successfully completed. Made it through all that without a scratch, hmm? Glad to see. Here's a future I'd always hoped for. You listened, didn't?
The credit or blame belongs to the commander here. It was their decision, ultimately.
You forget I know you. You always thought you knew better. No one could ever convince you of anything. Before, that is. Good to see. Maybe you are facing yourself.
There are a few things I'm still not used to saying. I was wrong. I'm sorry. Please. And thank you. But thank you, Anais.
At any rate, I'm off. You all take care now. Marisol, don't be too enigmatic or anything. Try. Before I forget. Meant to give you this earlier.
Oh, thank you, Anais. Oh, Brun obviously murdered her. Thought you knew that. Perhaps it was an accident. Perhaps she simply wanted to knock Chow unconscious so she could sneak away. Or not. Indefinite immurement isn't for everyone. Even the finest minds may crack under the strain. But her can't feign. Oh, not really. Not yet, at any rate.
Might take some time. Hey.
Did you need something? May the... Come in. I've had some time to cogitate over what occurred at Point. A bit, yes. With the work I used to do, I'm no stranger to guilt and regret. Midway into my requisite sleep, with Anchoress Brun, I know what we did was right. I know it saved lives. But we tricked her. Forced her to doubt her mind. You heard her. She's not just dissuaded. We broke her. And yet, such actions were par for the course for me in the past. When my remorse for Brun rears its head, well, I wouldn't bet against you there. Southworth was complicit, yes. Though well, one hopes. According to Anais, we greatly reduced the likelihood of that occurring. It's not... She seemed pleased that we listened to her concerns, so... I've changed, apparently. Thanks to you. It's been a while since anyone gave me a good talking to like Anais did. And I'll admit, I'm pleased with the path I'm on now. I didn't think this is what the plan had in store for me. I've been facing myself with the same zeal I face my enemies. Appreciate you taking the time to talk it over, Commander.
next, the latest field data validating or repudiating our forecasts and relevant informational details for near present and future calculations. Truncated courtesies. I bear a dispatch of great noteworthiness. Our former Protectorate colleagues have undergone a radical leadership shift. I submit this recorded announcement, intercepted from a Protectorate wireless broadcast, as empirical evidence.
Subjects, listen well. Days ago, our beloved sovereign, in his infinite wisdom, submitted himself to mental refreshment to strengthen his resolve for the good of all. At his command, I, Emery Thoreau, now accept the responsibility of shepherding you through these dark times until our sovereign's blessed return. I shall not take this duty lightly.
There you have it, an objectively momentous turn of Protectorate events, announced by the rare individual we suspect orchestrated it. Just a theory, but the data supports it. Rigorous analysis of the console's voice inflection reveals telltale signs of deception. We estimate with a 48% certainty that the Protectorate has undergone a coup. Certainly not unexpected given our knowledge of the Protectorate's societal structure and our own fraught relationship with Consul Emery Thoreau. Work groups of tenured seers in the Department of Predictive Analysis are calculating likely outcomes of these events. Expect the data to this report as they develop.
So ends this missive.
Further beneficial content soon follows. Further beneficial content soon follows. Further beneficial content soon follows. And now, more music to perform advanced calculations by.
Wouldn't be wise wandering across that bridge.
Breath tingling, all charged up.
historical laureate hoped that sending me into desolation would mend what he saw as wounds in my mind. The first few weeks were horrible. Grief dogging my every step. Nightmares of my murdered colleagues. But then, the nightmares began to ease, and the grief ebbed away. What replaced them is emptiness. The Order speaks of humanity becoming something more, but their words are insufficient speculation. There is nothing more to be. Only dust and death, and the rifts await us. Those rifts, I find the absolute annihilation they offer oddly soothing. Perhaps I will make one last pilgrimage. One last journey on the path from nothing to nowhere.
Hello, layperson. Hello, layperson.
Welcome, distinguished consumer, to the front lines of
Welcome,
antique
big
toys.
spender.
You must be who Huguenot contracted to deal with our protectorate.
Those protectorate scums. Working hard or hardly working?
That work. I'm open.
Have a profitable day.
And Tease owes you a thank you.
Sorry, time is this. This is time.
What do you need? Patch you right. Oh, but yep.
Ever read
You
The
seem
Middle
like a
Manager?
go-getter. Let's consume lunch
Really
sometime.
shores up the foundation of your fundamentals.
Welcome to Andy's Choice. We look that we're up to me.
Nice of you to
Get
shoulder a bit of
raised.
the work. Of the workload. Hey, we could use more go-getters like you.
Need a hold on! Let's get you here! To the rescue! Sight unseen! Step aside! Swine!
to do.
This must be the place Ortiz mentioned. Hard to fathom a lab in those caves.
Broadcasting cognitive resonance across Arcadia, this is Grand Plan Wireless. And now with another enlightening missive for the always inquisitive, it's time. The student wants to know, what exactly did the charismatic mathematician teach?
One can spend a lifetime poring over the mathematician's work and still never grasp. I'll give you the 60-second version. This progenitor of wants to teach the defined and objective methods that led from the actuational mental stage to one of transcendence for all. He taught how society could reach its full potential and then move one stage beyond full humanity-spanning actualization. A society at that final stage will exceed human consciousness and understand infinity itself, grasping all of the cosmos as a single equation of thought. The universal equation. Time and space and thought will become one to the participants, who will act as a single godlike entity. The source of all causation and the benefactor of all understanding. And in a sense, nothing will be left to chance. The ascendants will see all that was.
Whoa. Commander, hold up a moment. Are you hearing this? It's some manner of... Can't unless you have an Auntie's Choice patented codebreaker on your... If it's not to do with the lab, I'll be...
Suicide always cheers me up.
void?
Law. I think I've seen enough death to fill 3 lifetimes. And it don't get any easier. What happened here? He spent his last moments crawling over to this terminal from the wreck.
Hi, friend. He's got a code breaker on him. Let's see.
I'll be damned. That powered up the elevator.
Refinement Center is plagued by disgruntled.
Is anyone there?
A splinter group
I have
is
been
threatening
signaling
work
for help
stoppage
incessantly.
over unfair
Come
treatment.
quickly. I'm
Even
trapped
basic
in my
biological
office,
functions such as
by the
urination
foyer.
breaks
The
are
others, I
transactional.
fear they might have lost their lives at the
Production
at the
is at a
hands,
standstill.
claws of escaped beasts. Mind yourself.
That's him. That must be the doctor. He's got no idea an entire squad died trying to fly in here. Ain't getting through that unscathed. Seriously, don't send me in there.
Sharp production methods will only lead to further fracturing and unhappiness, predicted with a 49.7% certainty. Source references, footnotes, and appendices for this analysis will be provided upon request.
That is all for now. Until next time, keep hail and mind your calculations. Unlike parallel lines, I hope someday we'll meet.
Graph's ready if we need a house call.
As predetermined, the following song has been determined to facilitate abstract thinking.
Mechanist Tate speaking.
Hey, a corpse. Don't see one of those every day. What am I saying? Of course we do.
Pressure valves have fallen into disrepair. Only to be ignored each of those times. And now I'm out here in the voided cold, attempting to stop this leak from getting worse and... What was that? Stay back, creature! Blast that doctor for locking the catcher in the gun safe!
What are they doing in this place? Ain't no purpose for this. This clear disregard for life.
Killing animals to advance science is sometimes just an excuse to slaughter.
Hola, Ortiz? I had a notion of what I might encounter here. Law. My heart just about stopped when I saw him. I thought Ortiz had come back, gotten himself in trouble, but... No. This man, whoever he is, he's been dead for a time. They did this to another person? Law. It's a miracle Ortiz void... Damn it. All of them could have been me. Saying what, exactly? You're not telling stories, are you? Law. They're going to butcher. All that matters now is finding that doctor. Or if they do, they...
Over here! These beasts have me pinned down! Handle them straight away, please! I cannot let my genius be wasted here!
Boy, damn coward. We'll see how you beg when we're face to face. What wretched work. Poor creatures ain't got an idea what's in store for them. Oh, Law. Wasn't keen on seeing a fight between them.
So little sis.
Because it is the #3 song this week.
Nice! Free pig.
Another maintenance hatch above us, if we're apt to sneak about.
Violence is the answer. Architect ball, supposed to shoot the enemy.
Is this the cub that Terminal mentioned? Still breathing. Breathing, but only just. Void. That must be his mama on the other side of the glass. We were too late for the soldier back there, but not too late for this cub. We should help. This'll help the poor cub regain his faculties. Cub's awake. Mama's rage is ebbing. Think this calls for a reunion.
That adorable little thing is going to grow up to be quite a terrifying monster someday.
Seems Mama's calmed all of the other Ursopods too. Reckon we might walk on past.
Oh, thank the law, I'm saved. Release me at once, please. I so worry that nobody intercepted my distress signal.
Oh, we got his signal all right. Let's get the bastard.
Now you're speaking my language.
You have tuned your receiver to grant. We verify before we.
A touching reunion between mother and child. Never thought such a...
You the doctor in charge here?
Indeed I am, soldier. And my, what a picture.
So you're the one who butchered my friend, or...
What's going on? I don't know any Ortiz records. I don't know of any such fine. Yes, I did complete a procedure on one Trooper Ortiz, along with 2 others. I know what you're thinking. Yes, the grafting program was officially shuttered 6 months ago. That was not... I was recruited for this unofficial ventures. What you have to understand is that being a regular soldier does not pay. Unfortunately, understanding can only go so far as...
Enough with the excuses. You absolute wretch. Any scientist with any...
I sympathize with your friend, soldier. Truly, I do. But if I mourn you must understand that the work we do here is greater than any one life. If you require convincing that my experiments have led to many breakthroughs, witness me. My own lungs would have failed without my prototyping of a device to keep me alive.
That device any good at stopping a bullet?
Enough with the threats of violence. Listen here, if you choose to The suffering you've seen here will be nothing in comparison to the suffering. It's been a long time coming, but I believe I've laid the groundwork for treating injury, and we are on the precipice of regrowing limbs that had been lost in accidents, reversing brain trauma, nerve damage, mayhaps aging, and a boon to Auntie's bottom line.
Don't even start, Commander. I ain't keen on anything this...
Let's not be hasty. I see your graft is a result of revision surgery. Your first go was botched, and you were considered a failure of the program, yes? I know what happened to those failures. Demoted, disgraced. It was horrible business. And yet, you still wear our...
You don't know anything about what I want. I'm not sure I should. If I accept whether I want to regain my position or not, doesn't matter.
You think there were no victims of the first program? That your existence isn't built off the bones of those who came before? You're no more righteous than I. You simply... Now, if you stay your hand, I will grant you 2 state-of-the-art grafting parts. They cannot... You were never the broken thing they made you, soldier. If you wish it, you may...
No. Stop talking. Commander, I don't know what to do. I came here intending to make him pay for what he's done. What if he's right? What if something in his work is worth saving? What if this is my chance to make something of my life? To be accepted again? I think you have the right of it. You felt that rage with me, Commander, back there in the lab with the soldier. Even now, we can see what could have been. I trust you more than anyone, I think. Now, I ain't condoning what happened here. I won't disrespect Ortiz or the other victims as such. We can trust Doc Tinsley to set things right. One can only know goodness if they're led by example. But if this doctor doesn't take direction, we'd only be repeating the cycle. We would be complicit. Law knows the folk hurt by the war could use the help. That's something I ain't lost sight of. It's your lucky day. You'll live. Pack up your things and head straight to Fairfield to Doc Tinsley.
Thank you, soldier. Thank you. I won't forget this, I swear. I'll unlock the cases for you now, as promised. Take the graphs.
Make no mistake, I ain't doing this for my own gain. Let's get out of here before...
A computronic construct so powerful, it requires a planetary mass ice ball to...
There, the graphs are yours.
And cool it to 274.24 Kelvin. Bundle yourself in cold weather outerwear as we visit Elysium's Ice Moon Cloister, home of the archive.
I've lifted the lab out of lockdown. You are free to leave unhindered. I'll be off to Fairfield.
Machinery was engineered by the first bishop and the matriarch.
I need some time to think, Commander. We'll speak later, yeah?
The universal equation.
Oh, just gathering my belongings. I'll head to Fairfield post-haste.
Beneath Cloister's permafrost sprawls an endless maze of componentry. Resistor banks, logic assemblies, data manifolds, quantifiers, re-quantifiers, re-dequantifiers. The archive's core assembly lies within the Ice Moon's inner mantle, where 2.7 billion thermoionic valve switches perform the nitty-gritty of Boolean data calculation. Such processing generates tremendous heat, which is dissipated by the thermal transfer system. 4,367.89 kilometers of feed and return pipes circulate coolant between Cloister's subsurface seams and the core assembly. When archive without the thermal transfer system, but who would act so?
Think we should make for... And maybe I can bend the doc. Thank you. Just hope...
Error. How may this unit...
Delivered by complex punch cards that process information stored on data bricks. Only an operator wielding the Calcaduceus may set the archive to its tasks. To outsiders, it appears we are waving a mathematical magic wand, but we know better than scientists. Alas, the facility has slipped from our computational control, a loss not only for scientism, but all of humanity. It is imperative that we...
Give Auntie 2 bits, and she'll give you some new glitz. Give Auntie...
Sometimes I get the feeling we're not welcome here. Like the protectorate folks resent us liberating.
Yes, that Milver Street fellow is remarkable.
All eyes were on that protectorate station when it launched off.
I don't care where they
It
put
would have
me.
made the perfect product.
Why do you linger? Do you enjoy watching us so abased?
7.89 kilometers to 4,367.91 kilometers. We are racked with regret for this error.
Stand by for further stimulating content. Next up, well, the seals among you.
Ah, Inez. No, yeah, a tune-up sounds good. I actually brought a few other grafting parts with me if you reckon my arm can handle a stitch or two.
Oh, these are pristine indeed. Is this of an ursopod? My, I haven't seen one of those in many years. Oh, and a mantis swarm hive. The hunting must be good wherever you ran off to.
Yeah, you could say that. Since Doc's given her blessing, which do you reckon I go with? The ursopod's mucus gland could absorb some incoming damage, if you don't mind getting a little sticky. The mantis swarm hive, however, would be best for crowd control. Say the word, and I'll sick these little guys on any enemy in our vicinity. I'm intrigued by either option, really. Then I'll choose the same. Just refrain from many slug jokes.
Ursopod is a wonderful choice. Hold still, dear. There. I dare say you won't be needing any tune-ups in the near future. But I do trust you'll find an excuse to come by for the occasional visit. By the by, where did you find these parts? What is it, dear? You look, well, a bit like you've been stung by a terror ray. I've got ointment for that too, you know. Whatever do you mean? The program was shut down more than 6 months ago. Any further funding would be in direct violation of Auntie's orders.
It was off the books, Doc. We found a grafting lab way out on Cloister, still operational. Law. I ain't seen horrors like that in my life. They were brutalizing folk and creatures, paying them no mind, giving them no honor even if they succumbed to the process. The doctor there, he killed a friend of mine. And you're telling me you knew nothing?
Inez, I swear I didn't. That sounds... Oh, Sovereign's mercy, that sounds precisely like what I would protest with every breath.
The creatures, I found the...
But this ain't the extent of it, I fear. I need to find out who's responsible for all the...
Oh, Inez, yes, that does. I found the secrecy odd at the time, but I do suppose it lines up with your discovery.
Ain't surprising. What's his name? Where can we find him?
His name is Willard Conan, VP of Experimental Operations. The very man who was in charge of the grafting program at its inception.
I just mean to have a little chat. I will be asked if there's good to be had from the program, then Willard needs to invest in that.
You honor me. I did receive a message from Erasmussen, yes. He is, or it would bring purpose back into my work. All of Fairfield knows as well as I that I will help you. Vice President Conan's office is aboard the Undisputed Claim, the flagship, but it's my understanding that you will need to present Inez. What you are doing is...
Thank you, Doc.
We got the intel we need. If we find this Willard and convince him to use this grafting research for folks' betterment, well then...
And now, constructually compelling yet categorically veracious statements regarding products researched and designed to increase energy, efficiency, creativity, and focus. Make Pinnacle meal replacement bars the complete part of your daily meals and of your plan. Designed for optimal nutritional extraction, they also taste acceptable. From the Order of the Ascendant.
No, I actually... Oh, yeah. Since the Mantis Swarm hive, however, would be best for crowd control. Hive it is. Just refrain from any buzzing jokes.
Oh, the Mantis Swarm is a wonderful choice. There. By the by, what is it, Dee?
It was off paying the dog.
Inez, I swear I didn't.
I found...
Yes, I found the secrecy odd at the time, but
I just... If there's...
You honor me. But Inez...
Thank you.